Hey, my name is Ben. Thanks for stopping by. I want to talk about drywalling and when you have a bunch of electrical boxes that you don't want to look like this. This one's actually not too terrible. Let me show you one more example. So believe it or not, this is actually a receptacle right there. You can see that the box has been completely filled with mud. So I will need to break that out. But basically, the concept is, in order to keep your boxes clean, it's worth a few extra minutes of your time in order to prevent these from all getting sprayed with primer and filled with mud. Now initially, after doing some research, I had some recommendations of people just putting newspaper in the receptacles, and that's what I set out to do initially, and so I put newspaper in all of the boxes. The problem was the drywall guy had problems when he would mud over a box with the mud tending to get hung up on the paper, and then the paper get pulled out partially, and it just made a mess for him. So I actually ended up going back and pulling most of the paper out just because I didn't want to inconvenience the drywall guy. And what he suggested, or what he said he would do, is come back and put some fiberglass insulation in these outlet boxes. So I got some insulation for him, and this is what he did. He stuffed this insulation in here. Now I was fortunate to have a pretty detailed drywall guy on the whole, and so they did a pretty good job of getting everything covered with this. But overall, I think this would be my recommendation. Use a little bit of fiberglass insulation and stuff it in each one of the boxes that you want to protect from getting covered in. Mainly the primer is the issue. When they get painted, when the wires get painted and your labels get painted, that's when you would have difficulties with figuring out what's going on down the road. So stuff it in there. Make sure when you run your hand across it that there's nothing that's going to touch that fiberglass. But then I would recommend, in most cases, you yourself just go around and stuff that insulation in the boxes, and that will keep your boxes a little bit cleaner. And the other spot that he did this, and I wasn't even expecting him to, was in all of the canned lights. He stuffed insulation in. And so I would suggest doing that yourself as well, because the majority of drywall guys probably aren't going to take the time to protect those sorts of things. So just some ideas for you to help keep your electrical boxes and can lights clean and tidy. And I hope this helped you out. If it did, please feel free to subscribe to the channel and click on that little bell icon if you want to receive notifications for future videos. But overall, I'm pretty happy. He missed a couple boxes that are full of primer, as I showed you, but it's not the end of the world. In each one of the boxes, for the way I did my wiring, I labeled all of my wires. So it's definitely valuable in that case to not have your labels covered in paint. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you in the next video.